Adults-only sailings, a boutique hotel at sea vibe, and fresh spaces that balance nautical chic and glamour set Virgin Voyages apart from the usual cruise experience. Hey travel friends, in this video, you're getting a comprehensive tour of Virgin Voyages' ship, the Valiant Lady, from bottom to top. You'll see the pools, spa, entertainment and dining venues, and a bunch more along the way. Before we jump in, a quick note that all of the ships in Virgin Voyages' fleet are very similar and more alike than different, so if you are sailing on one of Valiant Lady's sister ships like Scarlet Lady or Brilliant Lady, know that this ship tour will pretty much approximate what you'll find on your ship with some minor differences. That being said, let's jump in, starting from the lowest deck that is accessible to passengers, which is Deck 4. So there's not a ton to Deck 4. This is where you will board tender boats if you're stopped in a port that requires tendering. It is also where the onboard medical center is located. Heading up to Deck 5, starting from the aft, there are two restaurants here at the back of the ship. The first is Razzle Dazzle, and this is Virgin's vegetarian forward restaurant. They offer casual all-day dining, and if you check out my future video about the dining experience aboard Virgin Voyages, you can learn more about Razzle Dazzle and all the other dining and food options on the Valiant Lady. Across the way from Razzle Dazzle, you will find Virgin's Mexican restaurant, which is called Pink Agave, and this place offers an upscale Mexican restaurant experience inspired by Mexico City's street food scene. Next to Pink Agave, you'll find Virgin's Sailor Services Desk. This is essentially guest services, the central customer service hub, where you can take care of any business that you might need to take care of, or if you have questions or need help with anything, Sailor Services is the place to go. Just past Sailor Services, near the central elevator lobby on Deck 5, you will find Virgin's onboard spa, which is called Redemption Spa. This facility offers everything you might expect on board a modern cruise ship. There are changing rooms, various treatment rooms for the different spa services that are offered, like massages and facials and body treatments. And if you are someone who believes that vacation isn't really complete without some form of self-care and indulgence, the Redemption Spa will definitely be a place where you will want to spend some time. They have a full thermal zone and circuit that includes various pools of different temperatures, a sauna, a steam room, there's a salt room, just a really lovely facility to revitalize yourself and relax and enjoy some quiet time. If you want to enjoy the thermal zone, you can make reservations at the front desk. They do cap attendance and require you to make a reservation to use the facilities there, which is great because that means when you go, it will not be overcrowded and you can really just kind of enjoy the relaxation. Moving up to Deck 6, starting at the back of the ship, you will find the Wake restaurant. This is the steak and seafood restaurant aboard Valiant Lady, offering table service, brunch, and dinner. Beyond the Wake on Deck 6, you will also find Extra Virgin, which is Virgin Voyages' Italian restaurant, followed by another restaurant called Test Kitchen, where they do sort of molecular gastronomy type dishes and tasting menus. Finally, beyond all those dining venues, you will find the Future Voyages desk, which they call Get Lost here aboard Valiant Lady. Stubble and Groom, which is the onboard barber shop, and then the Booty Free Shop, which is their version of a duty-free shop. Past there, you'll find Squid Ink, which is Valiant Lady's onboard tattoo studio. And this is definitely a trailblazing move by Virgin Voyages. I believe this is the first cruise ship tattoo parlor ever. There is a little shopping zone that Virgin dubs its High Street, where you can shop some additional merchandise, clothing, and beauty products. Pretty much anything you might be interested in window shopping for or actually buying, including the necessities shop. So this is the go-to place if you forgot a toiletry or need some kind of over-the-counter medication, anything like that you can find in this shop. across the way from the shops here, you will run into the On the Rocks Cove bar. This is a cocktail bar that is at the bottom of the central staircase of the ship. And not only does it have a bunch of comfortable seating to sit and have a drink, it also features a little stage area where live music is often performed in the evening. Beyond the Cove bar is where you'll find the casino on board. This is a fairly straightforward ship casino. You'll find all sorts of table games as well as slot machines and video poker and a lot of the latest gaming tech. It's a fun place to hang out. It seemed very energetic all the times that I walked through it, so definitely check it out if you're into casino life. In the casino, you'll find the main entrance to the Manor nightclub. And this nightclub is 2 stories, so there's 2 different entrances. The one on this deck is definitely the grander entrance. It's got a very photogenic, Instagram-worthy entryway with all these lights and mirrors. And the inside of the club does not disappoint. It's got very high-quality sound system and lighting. And because there are 2 floors, it never felt overly crowded all the times that I attended. Just forward of the Manor is the ship's main theater venue, which is called the Red Room. To be honest, I didn't spend a ton of time in the Red Room just because attending ship shows isn't one of my personal cruise priorities. Next time I sail with Virgin, I definitely intend to check out some of the different entertainment and dance parties that they offer in here because it is a very neat space. Moving on up to Deck 7, this deck would be called the promenade deck on a more traditional ship. I love that Deck 7 here on the Valiant Lady features a full promenade deck, meaning you can walk around this exterior walkway around the entire circumference of the ship. It's a great way to get some steps in, and on a sea day, it's a really beautiful way to enjoy the scenery and the fresh sea air. Let's get into our tour of Deck 7, starting with the dock, which is all the way at the back of Deck 7. This is the onboard meze lounge. There's all kinds of seating options, whether you want to sit bar style or at a table or on a lounger. They've got a menu of skewers, and I tried a variety of these and they were all very tasty. In addition, there is full bar service, and it is adjacent to the onboard juice bar, so you can also order fresh, healthy juices to drink out here at the back of the ship. The views of the wake of the ship are lovely here, and it's a wonderful place to hang out. At certain times of the day, they'll also have live performances or a DJ playing back here, so it's a really nice vibe all day long. Just inside from the dock, you will find the dock house, and this is kind of the elegant yet cozy counterpart to the scene outside, and there's a live performance stage here, just a little one, so you'll often find acoustic performances happening here in the corner, and it's a really lovely spot to sit with a drink, maybe take in some live music, and just sort of enjoy that cruise life. So beyond the dock house, you will find what's called the Social Club Diner and Bar. This is a super fun space. It's a great hangout during a sea day or perhaps after dinner. They have a full snack bar here with really fun carnival-like snacks that are all included. Nothing is an extra fee other than anything boozy. But here you can get things like pretzels and hot dogs, fresh popcorn. They have all kinds of fun cakes and confections that you can get to go, like flavored marshmallows or cake pops, really fun stuff. They have TVs in here that are usually playing some kind of sports game. They also have a really great selection of board games and some fun table games as well. So it's really just a fun place to maybe gather with friends if you are traveling as a larger party. They also host things like ship trivia and things like that occasionally in this area. And special shout out goes to the arcade that is within this area. It is a great boost of nostalgia if you are someone who grew up in perhaps the 70s, 80s, or even 90s. It features some real arcade game classics, and the best part is that all of these games are free. You can have unlimited continues, and that was pretty sweet. I was able to actually beat a game in the arcade for the first time in my life. So thank you, Virgin, for that really fun experience. Across from the arcade, you will find the Loose Cannon, a sort of old-time nautically themed bar. It features lively music and a spirited, lively vibe. Moving beyond the whole social club area, you will find Grounds Club, which is Virgin's onboard coffee shop. They exclusively pour a really tasty coffee brew from Intelligentsia Coffee. They have all your favorite specialty coffee drinks that you might want. Yes, the specialty coffee drinks do cost extra. However, do note that all the pastries that they have here in the pastry case are free, so definitely take advantage of that. Stop by and grab one of those croissants or cookies. Everything that they have here is really tasty, I've found. Also, the coffee is really good. This is some of the best, if not the best coffee I've had on any cruise ship, and I've sailed on Princess and Celebrity and Disney. Thanks, Virgin, for going with Intelligentsia. That was a great move. Also on deck 7, you will find the pizza place. This place offers wood-fired, fresh-made pizzas that you can customize with whatever ingredients you want. I found the pizza here really tasty, and on top of that, I really loved that it was open late night, so it's a great late night, midnight snack. On the other side of the ship from the pizza place, you will find the onboard ice cream shop, which is provocatively named Lick Me Till Ice Cream. This is also all included in your cruise fare, so pretty much ice cream anytime you want throughout the day. Their flavors of ice cream do rotate as well. Past the ice cream shop, you will find what Virgin calls the roundabout. This is sort of the main central area of the ship. It's where you'll find that spiral staircase that goes down to deck 6 and the Cove Bar. This is also where you'll find some additional shops, including Voyage Vinyl, an onboard record shop. They have music magazines, record players, and headphones so that you can listen to the merchandise. It's just a really fun throwback to those Tower Records days for any of you who are old enough to remember Tower Records, where you could kind of listen to albums before you decided if you were going to buy them. You'll also find Draft House, which is the onboard tap room. There is a wide selection of beers here. They have 8 seasonal on-tap varieties, plus a whole wide range of bottled beer. Another bar lounge in this area is called Sip. This is Virgin's curated champagne lounge. In addition to being a bar in the evening, they actually serve some breakfast items here occasionally, and in the afternoon you can have a special high tea here. The high tea is an additional cost, but it does look very luxurious, so definitely consider it if you're into high tea. Now, beyond Sip, you're going to find another venue that's very unique to Virgin Voyages, and that is a place called The Groupie. And this is Virgin's Japanese-style karaoke lounge, where you and your party can rent a private karaoke room, choose from a ton of different songs, grab the mics, and just have some fun singing along to your favorite songs. Decks 8 through 14 are all passenger cabins, so I'm gonna jump up to deck 15, which is the next deck that actually has venues other than cabins. If you want to see what the inside of the cabins look like, click the link here to check out our tour of the Sea Terrace cabin. I'll also leave a link to the video in the description below. So on deck 15, all the way in the back, you will find Gunbae, which is the ship's Korean barbecue restaurant, as well as the patio of the galley. Now the galley is Virgin's version of a buffet. It's got a nice sized outdoor patio with some great views of the wake of the ship. And then of course, when you enter the indoor portion of the galley, there's a ton more seating and lots of different dining venues. Past the galley, you'll find B Complex, which is what Virgin calls its gym. This area has pretty much everything you might need to get a good workout in. There is a spin studio, there is a yoga / Pilates studio, there's a weight room. They offer personal training sessions and group fitness classes, which are free for everyone, as well as really flexible opening hours if you need to get a really early morning or late night workout in. Just past the gym area, you'll head outdoors and find the well-being pool, which is essentially a giant hot tub surrounded by some smaller hot tubs. There's a good amount of sun loungers here, and there's also a bar serving this pool. And beyond that is the main pool area of the ship. It's called Aquatic Club and Bar. There are comfortable day beds and sun loungers sprinkled throughout. There's a bar that serves the entire area, and there are DJs that spin by the pool throughout the afternoon and evening. One unique aspect of the pool is that while the actual swimming part of the pool is on the petite side, it's surrounded by a much larger sort of wading pool area where you can just kind of dip your toes in or stand and get your feet wet. It can actually handle a lot more people than it might appear at first glance. And to be honest, I saw more people enjoying the wading area than actually trying to swim in the main pool. There are a couple other venues on this deck. One is called the Tune-Up, and this is where you can get a manicure or a pedicure, as well as a haircut or an updo or any kind of blowout that you might be wanting to treat yourself to. There's also a little space here called The Scene, and this is a private event space. It's kind of tucked away. You'll probably miss it if you aren't specifically looking for it, but it's just another space where folks can host private functions, and then maybe sometimes they use it for like onboard activities and things like that. Moving on up to deck 16, starting at the back of the ship, there is what's become a fairly iconic feature of Virgin ships called the net, and this is essentially a giant catamaran yacht style net that looks straight down from deck 16 all the way to the decks below. Back here by the net is also where you will find the Athletic Club bar. This is an outdoor bar featuring plenty of seating, lots of comfortable spaces to hang out and watch the view from the back of the ship here. Just beyond the Athletic Club bar is the actual Athletic Club, and this is a whole sports area with a basketball court. There are some foosball tables. There's a space for group fitness classes. There are places to do pull-ups and push-ups and all kinds of calisthenic type exercises. And there's even a boxing ring at one end. So whatever your workout of choice is, there's probably something for you somewhere on the ship. There are also a series of cabanas on this deck, and I believe you can rent these to have your own private space on the upper decks to just relax and enjoy sort of a little private nook to face the ocean. Also on this deck are the Sun Club Bar and the Sun Club Cafe, and the Sun Club Cafe offers some different rice and grain bowls. And then beyond that is Richard's Rooftop, which is an exclusive access area for suite guests only. The area has its own bar and hot tubs and sun loungers, just kind of a private little VIP area. Moving up to the very top deck, deck 17, this is where you will find the Perch, which is the ship's outdoor yoga studio. This is where you can do things like yoga classes, guided meditations, just a venue where you can kind of enjoy the gorgeous ocean backdrop while you do some relaxing activities. On the perimeter of the Perch area, you'll find what Virgin calls the runway, which is their signature red running track. I have to say this is a really beautiful place to either walk or run. Great ocean views throughout, and if you're feeling overly full after indulging in any meals on board, I highly recommend taking a walk up on the runway after dinner. So that's going to take us to the end of our tour of Valiant Lady. Before I wrap up this video, I'm going to share just a few fast facts about this ship. It first set sail in 2021. The maximum number of sailors on board is approximately 2,700, and the number of crew on board is about 1,150. There are a total of 1,408 cabins and suites on board. The ship is 912 feet in length, and the weight of the ship is 110,000 tons. Thank you so much for joining me on this tour of the beautiful Valiant Lady. I hope it was helpful to see all these different venues on the ship. And if you're considering sailing on Virgin, please leave me a comment below. I am happy to answer your questions and point you in the right direction if you're considering a Virgin cruise. Also, please stay tuned if you're interested in Virgin Voyages content, because I've got several more videos coming that delve into different aspects of the cruise experience on Virgin and Valiant Lady, so stick around and look out for those. Thank you so much again for watching, and until then, continue to travel nicely.